butterfly.
Okay, so I'm holding the fans together this way with the thumb and that finger.
Okay.
Basically, you can be doing that, or it can be, you can hold it in different directions, okay? Another thing that they might do actually is hold it from the top. So, but yeah, that's basically the way they can do it. So,
Oh, and will you do your other idea for the kite with the
okay.
two? I forgot about that.
So that was more about but again, it's really about how the person is moving with the fans. And again, say you're talking about a kite falling from the sky, then basically you can even do things like where you might even just sort of suddenly let them go. It'll come down. Or if you want to make it more graceful than that, then basically it's again, it goes back to that letting the thing.
Wow. It's so brave. I'd be so afraid that they'd eat it. And I know that we did a lot of the different character walks within the class. Is there anything specific to, let's say you're a guard working for a palace. Is there any specific movement that we would see from that type of character?
If you want to make it bigger, that sort of thing.
Yeah. Guards sneaking through the night trying to conceal a person? Would there be anything specific to, I'm not necessarily still guarding, but sneakily guarding? Yes, that's exactly it. Versus if you are, I know we did the princess, emperor. Is there anything specific for?
Well, I'm assuming that your emperor is going to, well, again, because they've got usually the outer robes and stuff like that. Mm-hmm. But I mean, it would be sort of that. There's a kind of haughtiness to it, I guess.
How about merchants? Would they fall into the same category as our?
Yeah. It depends on what kind of merchant.
Yeah.
I mean, if it's somebody that's a real money grubber,
then
it would be that sort of constant. It's that type of, can I get out of this person? How can I make money out of this person? So it's usually a hand thing that starts going into that. Okay, it's sort of that rubbing the money together.
If they are a generous, so the opposite of that would maybe be somebody who'd be willing to, share what's left over from a situation, leftover scraps or.
I mean, this is more that, again, it's that feeling of just being open more. Okay, it's a kindly person. Okay, as opposed to someone who's more. Okay, it's more like.
I know the other day we mentioned really briefly that sometimes there are little boys. of any kind. If you were portraying a child, is there, I know that you talked about how they would actually try to bring in a child now, but if you were not, or even if you were a child, is what movement is specific to that?
They're just a little looser. Right?
Yeah.
So sort of like, I want to go over there. Take me. Okay.
Okay, if you were a child more in dire circumstances who was not privileged or spoiled, but a more humble child fending for themselves, would there be a little bit of a difference? Or is that child?
It's going to be more just playing the scene out. I mean, obviously, if the child is going to be in distress, you may have, the thing where the kid is basically coming out and pops down on the floor, and it's somebody in distress, sort of thing. Otherwise, if the child is happy, then it's going to be more like that walk. But again, if you have a kid actually playing I don't know whether what's your.
I should have
So
an actual.
that will take care of itself probably.
Okay.
But I mean, it's that sort of. If the kid is happier, sort of thing.
How about anything particular for trying to protect an item that has been, or something that maybe has been injured, something you're trying to care and protect, shelter in any capacity?
This is a living thing you're talking about.
Something that is not living but is broken, but somebody's in mourning over the fact that it's been broken, but it later on does become a living thing. So.
Well, generally speaking, I mean, I might put it on top of the fan, and be taking it out that way. Otherwise, what would happen, generally speaking, is that they might wrap it up in a cloth.
Okay.
And basically, if you got the thing wrapped up in a cloth, then of course you're worried about it or whatever. Then you're going to be holding it very close to yourself, to protect it. I don't know whether they're trying to sneak it out of someplace too. I mean, it's that sort of thing where. Okay, I've got to fix this thing. But that it's usually wrapped up in a
Protection.
cloth. Especially if it's a broken thing, you want to keep all the pieces together. So the use of a square of silk or material. So usually with Japanese, that's a very common way to carry things in general. So they would wrap it up into a little bundle, and again, either carry it that way, okay, so I'm carrying the bundle and I've got it supporting underneath, or if it's really precious, they're going to be holding it very close to themselves, to prevent other people from taking it from you, or things like that.
Any particular physicalization for going to sleep or waking up?
It's just like you do in the West. We're not that different. Okay. I mean, if I'm trying to stay awake, so if I'm falling asleep, like I'm trying to stay awake but I've fallen asleep, then I might just do it that way. Generally speaking, if we're going to be lying down to go to sleep, it's just that. Okay, because again, this is on a theater, stage, so you want to see people. Waking up, again, it depends on what's going on. I mean, if you're simply, it's a regular type of thing. Okay, that sort of thing.
Oh, go ahead, sorry.
Yeah, they might, as they get up, depending on, the age of the person, they might,
I've seen that one before.
it's that type of thing, yeah. So that type of thing.
Any specific physicalization or body movement to represent fear or nervousness?
Well, fear, obviously, it's like, if it's to the point where you're going to frighten me to the point where I'm falling down, then it's, okay, it's that type of thing, I've got the hand up this way.
Uh-huh.
Again, Japanese thing would be using the sleeves to hide your face. It's like, okay, and I'd start pulling the hands in my sleeve and actually be shaking, okay, it's that scary. I'm so frightened that I'm literally quivering, shaking, sort of thing. Yeah.
Okay. This is really great, David. Thank you so much.